Hey, everybody, listen. Today we're going to talk on magnesium as a superstar. And I'm really here to convince you on why magnesium is so important. I cannot emphasize this enough. The prevalence of magnesium deficiency is skyrocketing. We're drinking more coffee, we're drinking more alcohol, type 2 diabetes, poor lifestyle. Nutrition deficiency because we have poor digestion, so forth, so on. There's so many key factors. But today, my job is to convince you on why it's in the top five supplements you need to take or where to get it in food. I cannot say enough. There's thousands of products out there. Magnesium is in the top five. Evidence based, science, and clinical practice also. And all my colleagues will also agree with me that magnesium has become one of the chief driver to incorporate into your lifestyle. Now, everybody's got their kind of own taste on magnesium, what they're selling, so forth, so on. I'm going to share with you at the end what is my favorite source of magnesium and why. And actually, I'm doing a full segment on this. And actually, we have our own brand of magnesium. But first, I'm going to tell you where to get in food. So here we go. Magnesium binds to amino acids to help produce hormones. It helps estrogen, it has progesterone, testosterone, thyroid hormone. So when you look at magnesium, it has incredible positive effect on your endocrine system, your glands, your hormone, and at a stage in life, we know how this is important. Magnesium is part of a cellular process to help with energy, so you feel less sluggish, less blurry. We keep hearing that magnesium has over 300 enzymatic function. We're discovering some new all the time, and I think it's probably more than 400 enzymatic function. It's better for your metabolism, therefore, you burn more fat. Think about this. And it's not even classified as a fat burner. But as a stage, when you're going through your stage right now, fat loss has become much more of a challenge. And what we're seeing more and more, magnesium deficiency kind of alters these metabolic process for you to utilize fats or burn more fat effectively. It's prevention of weight gain. Well, I've just said it because during menopause, weight gain is something we see more and more these days with lifestyle. Magnesium helps produce happy hormone. Less cranky makes the whole family much easier to be in sync with each other. And most of all, we all know that magnesium will keep us calm. So it's one of the greatest tranquilizer, right? If you're revved up, you have anxiety, you feel overwhelmed, and it also helps to build more melatonin, which is our sleep hormones. So yes, it helps with better sleeps. We've been saying for years because it helps your pineal gland produce a little bit more or produce the right amount of melatonin so you can have that good quality of sleep. So when you have low estrogen during menopause, we know it weakens your bone. That's one thing that we can all be clear on it. But a lot of people don't know that magnesium activates our vitamin D. As a matter of fact, if you have low magnesium, it's irrelevant how much vitamin D you're going to use. You're going to have very little protective or benefits for your bones. So when it helps activate vitamin D in the body, it makes sure that you absorb all the minerals to keep your bone healthy to combat osteoporosis. Magnesium also keeps your adrenal gland to functional optimal, to be healthy. So you're not also secreting too much cortisol. Cortisol is very healthy for us, but too much for it in the afternoon at night can cause some problem. We hear like issues with anxiety, stress to the max, weight gain. That can be significantly improved when we have the right amount of magnesium. And I'm hoping I get your attention because that's how important magnesium has become. I remember when I started practicing 20 years ago, the prevalence of magnesium deficiency, we get it maybe 1 out of 100 clients. Now it's rampant. I mean, most people are not aware, but I would say 75% of the population have a magnesium deficiency right now because we know 75%, if not more, of the population are not eating a balanced diet. They're not sleeping well. Medicated. I'm not saying 75%, but a good part of it are medicated. Drinking too much coffee, drinking too much alcohol. It's a perfect recipe to have a deficiency in magnesium. Magnesium also, we know it helps relax, but it helps relax your blood vessels, helps regulate your blood pressure. Therefore, it prevents heart disease and stroke. And ladies, during this stage, I cannot emphasize enough cardiovascular disease and healthy heart should be huge on your scope. And magnesium is there to assist you with that. It's a time in our life that we're shining, we're moving towards the big R as retirement. We want to have that quality of life, and we want to prevent our heart from being in a place that we're running at the hospital, or we have a stroke, or we have a heart attack. So magnesium, excellent with that. Magnesium also, I cannot emphasize, even if you know anybody who's not menopause or perimenopause and they have diabetes, most likely they have a magnesium deficiency. So magnesium helps regulate insulin and balance your blood sugar. You know, blood sugar goes with your mood too, right? If you have something like magnesium, it will help balance your blood glucose. That to me is absolutely amazing, just that benefit alone, because everybody I think are finally on board to understand the importance of managing the blood glucose, insulin resistance, or being diabetic. Magnesium is a superstar. So magnesium also speeds up the gut process, the transit time. So that's why I'm kind of rough in at the end why there's a certain magnesium I favor. It has also anti-inflammatory properties that relieve from bloating and puffiness. How many times I hear this? Bruce, I feel bloated. I feel puffy. Magnesium is absolutely amazing for it. You just got to make sure you choose the right magnesium because you don't want to be running at the washroom all the time. Magnesium also helps produce collagen and glutathione. Collagen, we all know, rejuvenate the skin and tissues, so it acts as an anti-aging. I'm not too much of a fan of the anti-aging, but when you have something like magnesium that really helps with your collagen and glutathione, there's no other way around it. It will benefit your glow, how you look, the appearance of the skin. So, best food source, right? I'm a big fan. Everybody knows this on nuts and seeds. Legumes also are great. Fiber rich whole grains, too. If you want to choose ancient grains, go for it. Try to go for grains that are organic. Dark chocolate. I've been a big fan of consuming dark chocolate since the day when I've been practicing. Avocado, great source of magnesium. Chinook, salmon, and halibut is my two source of fish I go to all the time. And Atlantic mackerel and Atlantic pollock. So the best supplement for me is magnesium glycinate. And there's all these different type of magnesium, and I'm seeing a lot of guru with no nutritional background or knowledge or credential these days talking about magnesium and have quick link that they sell a supplement for somebody else. Good for them. But in practice and in research and peer review science, I'm here to tell you that magnesium glycinate is well absorbed. It's not the top best absorbed, but the glycinate, magnesium glycinate comes from the amino acid because they combine it with glycine. And glycine has a host of other benefits also for mental health, gut health, anti-inflammatory, oxidative stress damage, cardiovascular disease. When you combine these two together, it directly and positively impact all of I've mentioned above. So that's why I'm a big fan of magnesium glycinate. More and more people are overwhelmed, stressed, not sleeping, cardiovascular disease, and it's the perfect magnesium for peri, pre, and menopause, and also for aging men and the whole population. To be honest, it's much more well tolerated. You don't have to run to the washroom. And at the end of the day, if you're going to take in supplement form, which I believe everybody should, 400 milligrams to 1200 milligrams per day, depending on what your nutritionist or health professional will tell you, with food. It's best to be absorbed with food. So we have our own brand of magnesium. And after many years of researching on magnesium, our magnesium is magnesium glycinate. And I will tell you hands on, it's one of those products that whenever you start using, usually you start feeling it within 4 to 8 days. You're not going to be completely changed, but you start to see those kind of je ne sais quoi, but I'm feeling something in a positive outcome. So there you go. I think this segment is extremely important because magnesium, I cannot emphasize enough, it is a superstar. We always knew it was a superstar, but we didn't have the deficiency when I started practicing 20, 25 years, 30 years ago, like we have right now. And that's why it's so important to consume via food first. And if you don't have time to eat all your food, come on down at Simply for Life, get yourself a bottle of magnesium. We always have an expert to tell you how much you should use it or not. One word of caution: if you have kidney failure or you're on kidney dialysis, I would suggest to really talk to a health professional. Magnesium is still for you, but I would keep it at low dose. There you go. Thanks for following. Have a great day.